हाय एवरीवन, सो वेलकम बैक टू अनदर वीडियो। अल्ट्रा एंड्योरेंस साइकिलिंग में ऐसे बहुत सारे इवेंट्स होते हैं इंडिया में जो बहुत ही प्रैक्टिस लगता है उसके लिए। एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द राइडर्स जो साइकिलिंग करते हैं, सीरियस साइकिलिंग, उनका वो गोल होता है कि इस पर्टिकुलर इवेंट में हम पार्टिसिपेट करें। तो ऐसे ही एक इवेंट है G2G, इंडिया गेट टू गेटवे ऑफ इंडिया, which is from Delhi to Mumbai, 1400 kilometers of cycling. So today we have on our show Yogesh Patil, who has done G2G, and he is going to share his experience, what all were his learnings. Overall, it will be a very good experience for you if you are planning for this kind of ultra endurance events in the future. Let me welcome Yogesh sir. So,
Hello.
good afternoon. Good afternoon. To introduce Yogesh sir, I would say that he is one of the most consistent cyclist. He has been a super randoner. Super randoner means 200, 300, 400, and 600 kilometers we have to do in within 1 year, which is BRMs. Then you become a super randoner. So he's a super randoner and recently did G2G event. So we will ask him step by step all the questions. So let's start. Okay, so first question for you. Can you explain G2G in short? मतलब G2G क्या है?
Yeah. So, Anish, thanks for the introduction. By the way, I'm not a super cyclist. I started my cycling journey just 1.5 years back. So I'm in a learning phase for the cycling and also doing preparation for triathlon. So G2G, when we say it is basically ये राइड अल्ट्रा साइकिलिंग राइड है जहाँ पे इट स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम इंडिया गेट दिल्ली टू गेटवे ऑफ इंडिया, कवरिंग डिस्टेंस ऑफ 1464 किलोमीटर इन 6 days. सो अराउंड दिन का 250 किलोमीटर के आसपास, 240 to 250 kilometer is an average distance that you cover.
So this is like proper ultra endurance, means you will be cycling almost 10 to 12 hours every day.
Yes.
Who organizes G2G? Who was this G2G which you did? Who organized it? किसने organize किया?
G2G as a brand, is coined and being used by Delhi Randonneurs. Mr. Chiro, Mitra, he's the founder of this event, and he conducts this event and this event is also accredited under World Ultra Cycling Association, and this also makes you qualify for London Ultra Cycling event. So that's another part of this G2G.
So those of you don't know, London or LEL is next level of PBP, which is like जो भी BRM करते हैं उनको पता होगा कि every 4 years or every 2 years that this event happens. It is 1500 kilometer का event, London. So we qualify for that if we do this.
Yes.
So ये G2G this time it was organized by Delhi Randonneurs. So ऐसा भी है ना कि कोई और ऑर्गेनाइज करता है, ऐसा भी कुछ होता है? रोटरी क्लब है, रोटरी क्लब ऑर्गेनाइज करते हैं।
बहुत सारे cycling clubs as well as individual does this event, but as I said, the word G2G is coined and kind of trademarked by Delhi Randonneurs and being used by only them only. So that's how it is.
Okay. So अगर हमें इस G2G में पार्ट लेना है तो दिल्ली रैंडनर्स ने कुछ ऐसा क्वालिफिकेशन रखा है क्या कि मतलब you should have been an SR or something?
नहीं, ऐसा कुछ है नहीं, but when you apply for this event, generally वो आपसे they get an information from you and they do the scrutiny to understand कि whether you are doing the cycling regularly, you have been doing it at least the distance riding, you have habit of doing it. So उतना लेवल का वो scrutiny करते हैं, otherwise there is no pre-qualification required.
Okay. And next question for you is that how often G2G organize होता है?
Generally हर साल हर
Every
साल
year.
होता है, every year.
Okay. Every year we have the chance to participate.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, even in the peak of COVID last year, this event happened
Okay.
with a good number of participants.
So how many participants were there this year?
So this year there were 27 participants, and last year there was a good amount of participation. Almost, I think, 41 people had participated in last season, and this season was 27.
Now all of them completed.
Two actually couldn't finish. One gave up on first day, and then the other one could finish it, but could not finish as per the guideline. So
Okay.
otherwise all others finished.
Okay. So आपने अभी जो G2G किया है उसमें आपका प्लान क्या था? मतलब how many days did you take leave, and how many days you did it, and what all things did you take your own bike or they provided? What all things were there?
अच्छा,
Plan क्या था?
so ये event जो, as I said, it's a 6-day event, तो आपको एटलीस्ट 1 या 2 दिन उधर पहले जाएंगे तो अच्छा रहता है, because you get acquainted with weathers, check your bike, and take a short round in Delhi. So a good part for us was the ride ends at Mumbai. Thereafter you don't have to travel much. तो ये मुंबई वालों के लिए एडवांटेज था. तो ज्यादातर पार्टिसिपेंट्स इन एवरी ईयर्स आर फ्रॉम मुंबई, बट अदरवाइज they are from all over India. So we take our bikes through air or by train. So if you take it by air, I mean, you save time. So we travel on 2 days before, prior to the event, by air, and then bike assemble kiye, and then checked everything, and so thereafter another 6 days of event, and we are done. From next day onwards, our office starts. Yes. Okay. So that's how it went.
So जब आप लोगों ने चालू किया तभी आपको उन लोग ने क्या क्या फैसिलिटीज दिया था? कि सपोर्ट कार था या होटल्स? What all was included?
Yeah, so the package included the stay, support vehicle. So इसमें ना हमारे जो बड़ा लगेज होता है, जो they pick up from one hotel to and deliver it in the second hotel, and you get it in the evening, and you can take a day के necessity के लिए जो backpack है, that you can take and keep it in the car, support car, which will be having halt at a particular designated kilometers and points. So in day you can get access to this car twice. So the package, the tour cost, the event cost includes the hotel booking. I mean, the hotel stay, the dinner, breakfast, and the snacks and hydration supports, which is given at during the ride.
And medical support and mechanical support also.
Mechanical support, mechanical support is not included in this. Okay. You have to handle your own mechanical support. So good part here is that unlike in DRMs, you are allowed to take your own support vehicles. So there were few participants who had taken their own support vehicles. So we had total, all in all, 3-4 support vehicles. So good amount of at least hydration and those kind of support were available.
Means they are support vehicle, वो तो कभी कहीं पे भी रुक सकते हैं. कितनी बार भी they can access it.
Correct.
Official जो रहेगा 2-3 बार ही access कर सकते हैं.
बराबर.
Okay. Nice. Then coming to the bikes, which bike did you use?
I have my road bike, Scott Addict.
Okay.
That time used.
Scott Addict is a carbon frame bike, 105 group set.
Yes.
And what about other participants? उनके पास किस तरह के बाइक्स थे? बहुत हाई एंड थे या एंट्री लेवल रोड बाइक्स थे?
So almost all participant had road bike. Only one participant was carrying his trek hybrid bike. Otherwise, everyone was having road bike, and I mean, varying from very basic to advanced, like trek domain and all. Yeah. So
okay. So hybrid also was there, means.
Yeah, one person was riding hybrid bike.
Yeah. Okay. So next question is, what preparation did you do? For how long? And during the preparation phase, did you face any challenges? How did you prepare for this ride?
Okay. So I would break down the preparation into different parts. So one part is you get acquainted for long distance ride on a consecutive days. So uske liye we had 2-3 types of strategies. One was, I had participated BRMs prior to G2G, which 300, 400 BRM that gave confidence about covering 250, 280 kilometer in a day. Second, we did is we had back-to-back practice ride of 200 kilometer, which also gave confidence about riding on a consecutive day, and then a regular cycle mileage that you gain, so that you are equipped for riding and covering this long distance. So this is part A for the preparation. Then part B is your mechanical and the cycle accessories which you need to buy. So actually G2G costed a good amount of thing on pocket. So taking care of and getting more accessories so that you are not having any trouble during the rides. So tubes, tires, spokes, and then such accessories like I bought cycling computer and all of that. You tempted to buy more when you want to go for such long event. So that's a second part. And then third part is your own hydration and those stuff which are required for you during the rides.
Yeah.
So this is basic preparation that we did.
And also strength and conditioning also आपने किया होगा. Strength and conditioning. Then
that should have been a better. I would say that was one lacuna. But yes, if we have to focus, I think course or strength training is one of the area where we need to focus, so that the body doesn't get fatigued when you do such long ride for consecutive days. So definitely strength training, stretching, these are the things which must be done so that you don't have any trouble during the rides.
Yes. And also one more thing is mental training, because मैंने आपका एक राइड देखा था, आपने EH के लूप्स मार के 200 किया था.
Yeah.
So वो एक लूप, मतलब क्योंकि ऐसे लंबे राइड्स पे रास्ता खत्म ही नहीं होता ऐसे लगता है, जैसे हम चारोटी रूट करते हैं. तो वैसे मेंटल ट्रेनिंग अगर होगा जैसे आपने किया था, तो that also must be helping.
Definitely. Basically ये जो event है, more than a physical, it's a test of your mental strength. So more than physical strength, आपका mental strength has to be very, very strong. And then because it is a combination of both, because your mental strength for avoiding any frustration and get motivated throughout the ride. And second is, if you have any kind of pain, any chapping, and any kind of difficulty, it's the mental strength which will push you to cross the line and take you to the destination. So definitely it's a fine, all in all, it's a mental game. So as you rightly said, mental strength is equally important in this ultra event.
Because आप देखो ना, आपके पास 24 hours है, आपको और कुछ काम तो रहता नहीं, सिर्फ साइकिल चलाना है या eat and go to sleep. अगर 250 kilometers करना है, 20 के average से also if you do 13 hours, even if you take, you still have 11 hours.
Yes.
Physically you can do it, but mentally can you sustain doing it every day for 6 days?
Correct. Correct. And as you rightly said, when we were in the part of Rajasthan, it's almost like a desert. You don't see anything, and you have to keep riding.
Yeah.
Again, the weather conditions may not be so conducive. In the morning, it's really chill, cold, and you have to sustain all those conditions. It's the mental strength is very, very important.
Yes, yes. And also your weekly mileage must have been minimum 300, 250, 300 kilometers.
Unfortunately for me, I was also doing triathlon training. So मेरा swimming was one focus, running भी करता था, तो इतना हो नहीं पाया ज़्यादा. But yes, ideally अगर आपका 200 के ऊपर का माइलेज है, 200-300 का माइलेज है, तो it will definitely help you.
Okay. So next question for you is that you did it in December.
Yes.
December में event हुआ था. So December means very cold. हम लोग को मुंबई में इतना ठंडी लग रहा था. दिल्ली में you must have started from north. So how did you? So what all challenges did you face, like cold? And also during the ride आपको कुछ mechanical problem हुआ या कि नहीं? या फिर कुछ body pain, strain? Tell me about those things.
Yeah, I think one big learning for me in this case is that ये जो पूरा राइड था, जहाँ पे as you rightly said कि नॉर्थ का विंटर और कोल्ड, I had little undermined and not very well prepared for that. तो पहली बार जब दिल्ली में पहुंचा तो सुबह सुबह बहुत भयंकर ठंडी थी. So and even I was not carrying my sweater. That was a overconfidence that I had. कुछ नहीं होगा kind of thing. So I purchased jacket and gloves there, so that I'm equipped for the next day rides. But in the morning when we used to start, the temperature was very, very low, especially in Jaipur. It was like 4-5 degree, and it's a bit windy, so you feel like a very chill weather, and that's the biggest challenge that we faced during the ride, especially in the morning time till the sun rises. It was very tough for us to sustain that kind of cold. So all people who are not from the north area had cold the temperature, and the winter was one of the hurdle that we faced. Secondly, in my case, when you talk about the mechanical problems, I had mechanical problem in my bike on second day. I just was I had parked my bike on the road one side, and it fell down. My spokes broke, and then the wheel got run out. The wheel was out, and then it was continuously rubbing to the brakes shoes. So it was like, for me, this happened at 40 kilometer mark, and I would to cover more than 200 kilometer. So I had almost like continuous stretch of a steep gradient. That was a feeling that was there for those 200 kilometer. I tried to push a lot. Second day. It happened on second day. Okay. So that plus combinedly the winter and as I said, lack of strength training gave me trouble on my knee. The right knee starts hurting badly, and to my IT band, it got strained. Yeah, and that gave me a good amount of pain on the first day itself, and then I was almost riding with my one leg for the last leg of the ride. And in the evening, we tried to fix. We called a local mechanic and tried to fix it, but he screwed up further, and the wheel was absolutely out for using for the next ride. So fortunately, there was one rider who was carrying extra bike on his support vehicle. So I took that and decided to use that on the third day, but that was not of my size. On fourth day onwards, I exchanged the wheels. I took out his wheels and put on my cycle, and that's the arrangement that we made. But the knee pain started giving me trouble for rest of the days on the ride. So that was one challenge I faced, and but again, as I said, it was a mental strength which was pushing me to complete the ride. So the third day, I remember that I was almost riding only with one leg, thanks to the cleats that was able
Cleats
to.
की वजह से वो
Cleats की वजह से मैं my right leg was
was
hurting
connected.
badly. So instead of sustaining that pain, I decided to do pedaling only with one leg. And then from fourth day onward, that leg also started getting fatigue. So I went on painkillers. So fourth, fifth, 6 days, I used to take painkiller and do my
Right.
rides too. Yeah, that's how it went.
अल्ट्रा साइकिलिंग का बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस ऐसे होते हैं.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And इस रूट पे क्लाइम्स थे कि नहीं? Because लाइडिंग विद वन लेग, क्लाइम जैसा कुछ मेजर नहीं था.
बहुत ज्यादा क्लाइम नहीं थे. I mean,
rolling था.
People used to say that the climbs are very, but when you do Borgats and the surrounding climbs, you don't feel like much climb. So it was by and large a rolling terrain, a very nice and rolling flat terrain. So not much climb. Only on Udaipur we had a little climb, but otherwise by and large it was flat route. Only one day we had some climb.
Okay. तो आप लोग 6 बजे चालू करते थे and by 5-6 PM you used to finish. Then dinner करके
5-6-7. Yeah, correct.
Dinner करके go to sleep.
Nah, I have snacks, dinner, and then maybe by 9 go to sleep.
So आप लोग breakfast, lunch के लिए रुकते होंगे major stops. बाकी तो ऐसे ही on the go ना?
Yes. Breakfast and lunch के लिए तो रुकते थे. Otherwise, as similar to what we do in BRMs.
But hydration support was provided by them, no? So you don't have to stop for water.
Sometimes you used to get hydration support. Otherwise, you will have to manage by your own.
Correct.
So dono things were there. Both things were there.
So this is like BRM with little bit of support.
Yeah. That's
what,
correct. You can say so.
But in this we can use aerobar also. Some people are using.
Aerobar is allowed. Aerobar is allowed.
Okay. Nice.
No such restriction.
Okay. So about the organization of this ride, what was your experience? How was it organized? How were the hotel stays and all the other facilities that they provided, like support vehicle and all, first aid? How was it according to you?
Yeah, so I would say the hotel stay was decent. I mean, whatever the hotels we stayed, they were amongst the, because some part of the rides was not in the very popular location, but whatever were the best hotels available there, they had booked the hotels very decent. The food was also good, dinner and breakfast. So hydration and breakfast and food was good. Only the point was we used to get the access of this vehicle only twice. So that way we had to manage by our own. So otherwise the organization was very good. I mean, I would say it was very well organized event, and more than that, when you are in a group, the team helps you. There is a good amount of support and cooperation that you can see during the rides, where all the riders helps each other, because you don't have a pressure of going first or second and finish the ride. So that kind of environment helped you to get a moral support as well as any kind of support required during the ride.
Cyclist हमेशा एक दूसरे की हेल्प करते ही है. BRM भी सी, किसी का पंक्चर हो गया रुक जाते हैं.
Correct.
Okay, nice. Okay, so what was your biggest learning from this event, from this adventure that you did? Biggest learning?
So there was not one learning, but if I have to prioritize, the first thing I would say that strength training, मतलब जब आप कोई ultra event करते हो, so only cycling will not help, because it's your strength. When I say strength, is physical and mental both. that will definitely become a added advantage to sustain for a long and avoid getting fatigue and giving up kind of thing, injury. So this is the foremost important learning. Second is get very well prepared for the weather, because I happen to discuss with other participants who are also had participated in PBP, and they were all DNF because of the tough weather condition. So one important point is how do you get acquainted with weather, not to undermine the cold weather, and take all your gears and warm clothing which are required for that weather condition is essential. And a regular preparation ride before you need to prepare well to sustain that long distance.
Yeah. And preparation means you should already be a consistent cyclist, but 2 to 3 months before, prepare for that event, right?
Yes. There were
only 2-3
cyclists. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Only 2-3 months. If you think कि नहीं अभी I want to do G2G, 3 months पहले I start preparation and then I'll do. Then it will not be that good because if you are already fit,
you will not enjoy the ride. You will not enjoy the ride. See, so आपको practice तो करना ही है. There is no escape route for practice. But there were few riders who had started the cycling just 6 months, 7 months, 8 months back also. That kind of cyclists were also there, and they were able to do it very nicely because of regular practice, perhaps.
Correct. Fitness also matters.
Yes, fitness is also equally.
How many years are you eating clean? What is your long-term fitness overall?
Correct. That also matters a lot.
Yeah. Correct. And finally, would you do it again?
No, I would not like to do the same event again, but there are many
other
events which are there on the bucket list, right? From KK, maybe PVP, but they are little long-term goals. But answer to your question, the same event I would not like to do again.
Yes.
Than doing something else, I would prefer to do some other events.
Okay. So there are a lot of other events also, like K2K, DC,
Correct.
Mumbai to West Corridor, I think they say, Mumbai to Kolkata.
Yeah.
A lot of things are there.
Correct. So it is better to explore those other ultra cycling events than repeating the same.
Yeah. And finally, I would like to say that this is not touring. We should understand this, because some people will say that Manali Leh we are doing, then we can do this also. Probably you can do it. Manali Leh you will be doing at very less speed. Mumbai, Goa you are doing. That is touring. It's your aram se you are doing. This is like fast paced and continuous everyday 250. It's like ultra event.
True. So every cycling event is having a different peculiarity. Like when you talk about Manali Leh, the elevation and the road condition and the temperature are more challenging than the distance that you need to cover.
Yes.
And when you do Mumbai, Goa, and say 8-10 days, it's more of a leisure than. But here it's a mix. Basically, you have to cover decent distance, and also get acquainted with. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much for sharing your experience.
My pleasure. Thanks Anish, for giving me this opportunity to share my views and experience.
No problem. So then we'll end this video over here. So if you enjoyed this video, everyone, then share it with your cycling friends. If this inspired you, then share it in your cycling community, and subscribe. अगर आपने अब तक subscribe नहीं किया है, like this video. Comment below what you found the most interesting part of this video and what you learned or something. And I'll see you in next cycling video.